Hello students, good morning to all of you. Welcome to the virtual class. Last period we were discussing that flexible exchange rate system, flexible exchange rate systems, and flexible exchange rate can be determined by that international market forces, that is the demand for foreign exchange and supply of foreign exchange. Demand for foreign exchange and supply for foreign exchange. So the function of foreign exchange rate we have already discussed. The foreign exchange rate helps in comparing the international cost and prices. The function of that foreign exchange rates, which is determined that international cost and prices, they govern the flow and direction of foreign trade. They govern the flow and direction of trade. In case of flexible exchange rate systems, we have already known that the main two sources, demand for foreign exchange and supply of foreign exchange. One is the demand for foreign exchange, another is the supply of foreign exchange. So what do you mean by demand for foreign exchange, or the main sources of demand for foreign exchange? It means the foreign currency why we are demanded, that is the demand for foreign exchange. First point, the demand for foreign exchange is that the purchase goods and services from other countries by the domestic market. To purchase goods and services from foreign country by domestic markets or domestic countries, by domestic country or domestic residents. It means when we purchase the goods or when we import the goods, that time we have to pay the foreign currencies. So we must store of that, or we must reserve that foreign currencies. If we have reserved the foreign currencies or we reserve the foreign currencies, then we can purchase the goods and we can payment that currencies to that countries. That is why we demand that foreign exchange or that foreign currencies. Whenever we import the goods and services, at that time we have to pay their foreign currencies, so that we need to reserve that foreign exchange or foreign currencies. Secondly, whenever anybody is residing in other countries, so at that time we have to send the gifts, or whenever the country give the grants, at that time also we need the foreign currencies. So that second point maybe we may write, to send gifts and grants to foreign countries. To send gifts or grants to foreign countries. Or we may say that abroad. Whenever any relative of myself is residing in that any foreign countries or in the abroad, so at that time I have to send that any kinds of gifts. That is why we need that foreign currencies. Or similarly, whenever our country gives the grants to any other countries, at that time we need also reserve that foreign currencies. That is why we demand that foreign currencies. And to speculate on the value of foreign currencies, third one, to speculate on the value of foreign currencies, on the value of foreign currencies. It is the flexible exchange rate. So, what do you mean by speculates? Speculate means if there is the fluctuations in the international market, the international value of that one other currencies may be increase or decrease. So that time, that kinds of situations which is to be called that speculations. So to speculate on the value of foreign currencies, we need also demand of that foreign exchange. And whenever we take loans, due to that speculation we may take also loans. So whenever we take the loans, at that time, to make payment of that international loans, we need that foreign currencies to make payment in that international loans. Fifth point and fourth point. To make payment of international loans. To make payment of international loans. To make payment of international loans. And also, it means if we take the loans and we have to repayment the loans, that time we also need the foreign currencies. As well as to invest and purchase the financial assets in some other countries. This is related with the first one, to purchase goods and services from other countries or to invest and purchase financial assets. We write also same. To invest or purchase financial assets from that foreign countries. We need that foreign currencies. So these are the 5 points. Why do we need that demand for foreign currencies? To purchase the goods and services from the foreign countries and to send gifts and grants to the foreign countries, to speculate on the value of foreign countries, to make payment of international loans and to invest on purchase of financial assets from in some other countries. To make payment of international loans, to invest or purchase financial assets to some other countries. That is why we need the demand for foreign currencies. So whenever we demand the foreign currencies, we have already known the shape of demand curve. We have already known the shape of the demand curve. What is the shape of the demand curve? In this case, we will know the demand curve slopes downwards from left to right. The demand curve slopes downwards from left to right. Similarly, we may say that there is the inverse relationship between the price and quantity of demand. There is inverse relation between price of a goods and quantity of demand of the goods. Same goods. We already know there is the inverse relationship between price and quantity demand of the goods. So similarly, here is that there is inverse relationship between foreign exchange rates and demand for foreign exchange. Foreign exchange rates (FER). There is the inverse relationship between foreign exchange rate and demand for foreign exchange. DFE, demand for foreign exchange. FER related that in matter foreign exchange rate or demand for foreign exchange. Demand for foreign exchange. There is the inverse relation between the foreign exchange rate and demand for foreign exchange. DFE, demand for foreign exchange. DD is the demand curves and OX axis represents as OX is demand for foreign exchange. Demand for foreign exchange. Demand for foreign exchange, and OY axis represents as the foreign exchange rate. Foreign exchange rates. OX axis represents as the demand for foreign exchange, and OY axis represents the foreign exchange rates. Suppose it means if there is the 60 rupees of the foreign exchange rates, that means we can say that rupees, how much rupees per unit of dollar, per unit of dollar, or we may say that rupees per dollar. If 60 rupees per dollar, at that time demand for foreign currencies or foreign exchange, that may be that OQ, or it may be that 20, it means million of dollar. Is that million of dollar? Demand for foreign exchange, that is in million of dollar. When that 60 rupees, $1 equal to 60 rupees, at that time $20 million of the demands. And when that exchange rate will be suppose 70 rupees, at that time the $1 billion will be reduced, that is the 10 million. If that rate will decrease 50 rupees, then it will be that $30 million. Q, Q1 and Q, like this. That means this demand curve says that when that 70 rupees, $10 million, 60 rupees, $20 million, 50 rupees, $30 million. It means if the foreign exchange rate decreases, demand for foreign exchange increases. If demand for exchange rates, if that exchange rate decreases, demand for foreign exchange increases. If demand for exchange rate increases, increases, demand for foreign exchange decreases. It is clear that higher the foreign exchange rate, lower the demand for foreign exchange. higher the exchange rates, lower the demand for foreign exchange. Higher the exchange rate, lower the demand for foreign exchange. It indicates higher exchange rate, lower demand of demand for foreign exchange. It means if it increases that 60 to 70 rupees, that $1 million decreases from 20 to 10. Higher the exchange rates, lower the demand for foreign exchange. And lower the exchange rates, suppose 60 to 50, that time the demand for foreign exchange increases 20 to 30 million dollars. So we may say that there is an inverse relationship between the foreign exchange rates and demand for foreign exchange. In our table or in our diagram, it is clear that when higher the demand for foreign exchange, suppose the price of dollar increases 60 to 70 rupees, that time the demand for foreign exchange reduces 20 to 10. Similarly, if that exchange rate reduces 60 to 50, that our demand for foreign exchange increases $20 to $30. So if exchange rate falls to 50 per dollar, the demand for foreign exchange rises to $30 million. This is the cases in case of the demand for foreign exchange. So determination of foreign exchange can be determined first of all demand for foreign exchange. Next we will switch over to the supply of foreign exchange. Next is the supply of foreign exchange. Demand for foreign exchange and supply of foreign exchange. Next is supply of foreign exchange. Supply of foreign exchange. Supply of foreign exchange or foreign currencies in a particular country mainly comes from any other countries. It means we will get the foreign currencies whenever any country will be supplied. Again I repeat, simply the foreign exchange or the foreign currencies in a particular country mainly comes from, number one, foreigners purchasing the domestic country's goods and services through exports. Remember it. Demand for foreign currencies, first point was that to purchase the goods and services from the foreign countries. Whenever we purchasing means, that means we are importing. But whenever we will export, then we will get that foreign currencies. So that foreigners will purchase. At the time Indian are purchasing or domestic countries are purchasing, where that foreigners purchasing domestic countries goods and services through exports. First point we write foreigners purchasing goods and services from foreigners purchasing goods and services where they are purchasing in a particular country, that is through exports. Foreigners purchasing goods and services through export. foreigners purchasing goods and services through exports. Or we may say the foreigners purchasing goods and services. Foreigners purchasing goods and services through exports from domestic countries. Domestic countries. It means whenever we will sell that goods, at that time the foreigners they will purchase that goods and services, so that they have to pay that their currencies. So that currency will come to our countries. That is to be called the supply of foreign currencies or foreign exchange. Now it is clear. Whenever we sell that goods and services, that is domestic countries, we will sell that goods and services to the foreign countries. At that time, that foreign countries they will purchase the goods. That is called that in terms export. And whenever we will export to any other countries, they will purchase. As a result of, they will pay their own currencies. That is to be called that supply of foreign currency or the supply of foreign exchange. That is clear. That is called the supply of foreign exchange. Or we may say that direct foreign investment in the domestic countries. Direct foreign investment in the domestic country. Direct foreign investment in the domestic country. It means any foreign country, if they will invest in our own countries, that is why their money will come to our countries. That is to be called the supply of foreign exchange. Try to understand. Suppose we have already known direct foreign investments. Foreign direct investment (FDI). It means that foreigners they can invest their money directly in our domestic countries. So whenever they will invest their money in our own country, it means that foreign currency will come to our country. That is to be called the supply of foreign exchange. As well as flow of foreign exchange due to that speculation purchase. Third point, that is simply flow of foreign exchange due to speculations. With regard to this also, we need that foreign currencies, speculations, purchased by the non-residents in the domestic countries. And one point I left, that was the second point in demand for supply, demand for foreign currencies. That point was that to send gifts and grants, to foreign countries. But here is the remittance by the non-residents living abroad. Remittance to send that money, those who are staying in that foreign countries. You may say that your brother or your uncle or anybody else relative who is staying in that foreign countries, and they send that any kinds of gifts, or they are sending that money. So that is to be also called that one kinds of supply of foreign exchange. So remittance by the non-residents, living abroad. I have already discussed the NRI, non-residents of India, in that second chapter, normal residents, etc. So with regard to these four causes, we need that supply of foreign currencies. So the flexible exchange rate says that rate will be determined by the help of the demand for foreign currencies and supply of foreign currencies. So demand for foreign currencies, why it is demanded? Number one, we have already said, that is that to purchase the goods and services from the foreign country. Number two, to send the gifts and grants to the foreign countries by the domestic countries. And number third, to speculate on the value of foreign currencies and to invest or the purchase of the financial assets in some other countries and to make the different payments in that international loans. So this is why we demand for the foreign currencies and supply foreign exchange. Similarly, foreigners purchase goods and services through export, domestic markets, direct foreign investments in the domestic country, flow of foreign exchange due to the speculations, remittance by the non-residents living abroad. That is why we supply the foreign currencies. So likewise, in case of the demand for foreign currencies, we have already said there is the inverse relationship in between the foreign exchange rates and demand for foreign currencies. There is an inverse relationship between foreign exchange rates and demand for foreign currencies or demand for foreign exchange. Similarly, here in case of the supply curve, there is a direct relationship between the price of the goods and quantity supply of the goods. There is a direct relationship between price and quantity supply of the goods. So there is the direct way, so that supply curve move upwards. Supply curve move upwards. We have already known this is called the SS is the supply curve. If I will say that here is that OX axis is the supply of foreign exchange. OX axis supply of foreign exchange. Supply of foreign exchange in $1 million. And OY axis represent that exchange rates. OY axis represent the exchange rates. What did I say? There is a direct relationship between price and quantity of supply. So far the supply curve is constant. In that supply chapter we have already discussed. So if you do the price, then it is the quantity supply, there is the direct relation. If price increases, supply increases. If price decreases, supply decreases. But here is that there is a direct relationship between foreign exchange rate and supply of foreign exchange. Direct relationship in between exchange rates, foreign exchange rates, foreign exchange rate and supply of foreign exchange. It means FER and supply of foreign exchange, there is a direct relationship. Direct relationship means if exchange rate increases, supply of foreign exchange increases. If exchange rate decreases, supply of foreign exchange decreases. Suppose here is the 50 rupees, 60 rupees, $1 equal to 60 rupees, and at that time the demand is the $20 million. If it will be 70 rupees, at that time there will be $30 million. If it will be 50 rupees, there will be $10 million. So it means if exchange rate increases, supply of foreign currency will be increased. If exchange rate decreases, supply of foreign currency will be decreased. So there is the direct relationship between foreign exchange rates and supply of foreign exchange. And there is the inverse relationship between foreign exchange rates and demand for foreign exchange. These are the relationship between foreign exchange rates and demand for foreign exchange and foreign exchange rate and supply of foreign exchange. So we concluded that flexible exchange rate is determined by the demand for foreign exchange and supply of foreign exchange. And demand for foreign exchange is to be relation with the supply of foreign exchange. How it will be determined equilibrium we will discuss in the next period. But remember it, there is the inverse relation between foreign exchange rates and the demand for foreign exchange, and there is a direct relationship between exchange rates or foreign exchange rates and supply of foreign exchange. Why that foreign currencies are demanded and why that supply of foreign currencies, that should be learned and make your note. I hope you must be clear, and tomorrow we will start that equilibrium, how that exchange rate will be determined by that market, foreign exchange market, whether there demand for foreign currencies or demand for foreign exchange and supply of foreign exchange. You must learn it and do your homework also. I think you must be clear. Thank you very much.